Testing, testing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Scrum's our life. You're doing it once again, yeah? You really, hips are really high and your shoulders are really low. Yeah? So try and lower those hips. Yeah? And keep your shoulders up. That'll do for a minute, yeah. Brilliant. Let's fold in again then. See that working in practice. It's not too much about shape on your end. You're just giving him a bit of resistance so he can actually work on that shape. Okay, get your knees slightly further apart. Hips down. Straighten your arms. Straighten your arms. There you go. And your back stays straight. Yeah? Now try and get off your knees whilst keeping your back straight. There you go. Perfect. That's what you want to see. Yeah? It's a much stronger position to be in. You're less all over the place then. Yeah? Try and get your knees further apart. Knees further apart. Lower your hips slightly. Nice. Lovely. All right, and break. Back to me, please. Changes a little bit when it's 2-on-1, isn't it? You have to think a bit more about what you're doing with your position and things like that. With the added pressure, sometimes you do get out of shape because you're more concentrating on actually pushing against them rather than your own shape. As I said, the two guys that are pushing against you are just there for a bit of resistance so you can actually get that shape sorted out. Yeah? Two things really that'll help a lot with this. One is actually widening your shoulders out. Widening your chest out, sorry. And two is actually having proper studs as well. As forwards, we have proper studs. All right. Not moldies or anything like that. I'll show you proper studs in a second. Raise your hands if you were finding it hard to get purchase into the ground. I'm not going to tell you off, just raise your hand. Oh, that's a lie, because a lot of you were. Raise your hand if you're finding it hard to get purchase in the ground with your feet. Like I said, you're not getting told off here, boys. This is just a question. I don't believe any of you. Anyway, you need studs like this. If you're going to play in the forward pack, you want studs like this. Boots like this, yeah? Obviously, it's a bit different for you guys because you're youngsters at the moment. When you get to my age, you live and breathe by these things, yeah? I've always got these. I've always got a set of different studs. These are actually quite small studs at the moment. I normally have 21mm studs in there, which I don't need for this because it's an artificial surface, yeah? Once you get older and you start hitting scrums properly and with more force and more physicality, you'll need to have studs like that in and boots like that in. Otherwise, you will just slip and slide all over the place, and it actually can be dangerous for you as well. All right, something to keep in mind. Going back to my earlier point with your chest, yeah, a lot of you, as I said before, your hips were great, but when you tried to level your shoulders out, it all went out of kilter. The best way to do this is, as I said, is to open your chest out. Okay, just a simple thing like that. If you all want to just do that for me now while you're standing up, you got your arms like this, close together, and just open your chest. Yeah, your back feels straighter already, doesn't it? That's just standing up. Yeah, so if you work on doing that when you're in that position, what you'll find is naturally your back will straighten out and your shoulders will straighten out and align with your hips better as well. Yeah, it's a simple movement. That's all it is. Yeah, good. Right. Let's go back into one-on-ones for me, please. We're going to try something a little bit different. Actually do a little bit of pushing here as well. But what I really want to see is for you to be opening your chest and getting your feet underneath you. So just, if I could have a pair, please. Any pair, any two. Right, so you start off on your knees again. It's a similar process. What you'll find is we'll build up simple and then build and build and build and build on top of it. All right. So if you just fold in through for me, please, as you were before. Knees apart again, feet in the ground. Brilliant. Okay. So just as you are there, open your chest out. You see the difference? You're kind of bowed in the back though, so you want to keep your back straight. Yeah. Close your chest again. You see the difference? Open your chest out. You'll notice that the back and the shoulders go straight almost immediately. All right. What we're going to do here now is you're going to fold in like this. You're going to come up off your knees. Pressure against each other, please. Feet underneath you. Feet underneath you. Hips down. Shoulders up. Hips down. Shoulders up. Straighten your arms. Straighten your arms. Hips down. Well, you need to. So hips down. Hips down. I know it can be difficult because you're still trying to figure out yourselves anyway. But right, when I say hips down and shoulders up, it's not hips and shoulders. So you do this or you do this. Yeah, it's together at the same time. Really work on keeping that flatness. Yeah. With this, we're going to go in. We're going to rise up, and then all I want to see is you taking turns. One of you just push forward, extend slightly, and then come back to the middle, and the other one push forward and extend slightly. Yeah? Just a bit of resistance, nothing too strenuous. Again, we're doing this whilst keeping our cores strong, keeping our hips strong, and our shoulders strong as well, and our backs flat. All right, let's give it a go. I've never seen a back like that before in my life. Feels comfortable for you though, does it?
I'm not sure. I don't know. It felt alright, but
yeah,
it probably wouldn't be that good if they were pushing.
Try and not push your hips down as such. You want to really kind of flatten them out a bit. Remember to keep your knees underneath you. And all I want is for you just to extend. You don't even have to move your arms. You're just extending forward. There we go. And then back. And then the other person forward and then back. So you go forward. There we go. Nice. Whilst keeping your shape. And then move forward. Always come back to the middle and stop. Yeah, and take it in turns. Perfect. Nice. Well done, boys. Your knees a little bit further forward. Hips down. And your shoulders up a bit. Okay. Once you've done that twice each, switch partners, please. Hips down. It's a bit difficult, I know, because it's quite a lot shorter than you. But you're on the floor, right? And rather than straightening things out, you're doing this. Yeah, this is what we want to avoid because this can hurt. This can hurt you. So you need to keep like this. Yeah. Open your chest out, and your hips and your back are straight. Yeah. Let's give it a go. It might be better to keep your feet a tiny bit further back and your knees a bit further apart. Sort of foot shoulder width, maybe a bit more. There we go. Nice. Let's try that. Straighten your arms as well. And lower those slightly. Not your back, your hips. Lower your hips slightly. So sink your knees a little bit. Sink your knees a little bit and straighten your arms. There you go. Perfect. Now extend forward. Take it in turns. Whilst keeping your shape. You're getting there. You're getting there. You need good second rows. Without good second rows, you don't have me. Let's not overextend too much. You're just going forward a little bit, yeah? You don't want to overextend your knees. So forward, sort of half a foot maybe, whilst keeping your shape. There you go, nice. And back. Beautiful. Try and get your hips lower. Legs further apart. And your knees slightly further back. Slightly further back. And your legs a bit further apart. Perfect, nice. Lower your hips a bit. There you go. That's what we want to see. Back to the middle and then extend. And then back to the middle. And then extend. There you go, nice. Well done, boys. Get your knees a bit further underneath you. There you go. Lower your hips. There you go. Right, now go for it again. Studs.
Yeah, I do.
All right, let's bring it back into me, please, gents. Boys, let's bring it in. You find the difficulty ramps up when we start adding elements in. Like, that's a little bit harder, a little bit high level, because obviously you're off your knees and you're actually going forward and backwards there. Yeah? But really concentrate on keeping that shape in place. If you stay in a strong shape, like I said, with your back flat, your hips and your shoulders level, your knees underneath you, you'll stay in a really strong shape to be in for any kind of scrum. All right, whether you're in the second row, whether you're in the front row, back row, whatever. Yeah? All right. So we're going to take this drill that we've just done now, and we're going to move it back into the 2-on-1s that we were doing. It's going to be quite a similar thing we're going to do here, just in the 2-on-1 environment. So back into your 3s, please. Any 3s? We're going to be switching anyway, boys. You're going to be doing this a couple of times and then switching again. Yeah? So, 2 of you bind up as you were before, exactly the same as you were before in the 3s, please. Exactly the same. Everyone on their knees, fold in again. Before we come off our knees, flat backs, strong shape, shoulders and hips. Once you're in that strong position, push a bit of resistance from the 2 to the 1, please, boys. Up off your knees. And then what I want to see is the single, the guy on his own, pushing forward, extending slightly and coming back. Yeah? 2 to 1. The 1's doing it, not the 2. All right? If you feel like with this resistance you can get both hands off the floor, please do. Legs a bit further apart, please. There you go. Try and flatten your back out and drop your chest a bit. There you go. That's what we want to see. Keep it like that. If you're going to do hands off the floor, it needs to be both hands. There you go. Nice. And then extend forward slightly, just a little bit. Just give him a little bit of room, boys. Let him move forward slightly with his legs. Yeah? You don't want to... We're just giving him a bit of resistance here, okay? We're not actually making him stop. So give him a bit of resistance, and then when you feel him pushing forward, just sink back a little bit so we can actually extend with a big resistance on him. All right? Your feet straight, feet straight, feet straight. Nice, there we go. Right. Hips down a bit, please. Either that or straighten your arms a bit. Yeah? Because you're facing downwards. And this is what we don't want. I know it's difficult when you've got short arms like me. Again, boys, the two of you, you're just giving him a little bit of resistance. You're not putting a lot of pressure on him.
Are we going on our knees as well?
You're going on your knees as well.
Right.
Yeah? And then together, you're going to come up off your knees. You're going to give him a little bit of resistance. And when you feel him pushing, just sink back slightly so he can extend his legs. All right, break there. Facing downwards. Yeah? Remember what I said? With your feet, arms straight, drop your chest down as well. Yeah, that will naturally flatten your back out. And then sink your hips a bit as well. All right? Widen your feet. Boys, break. Hey, stop. Widen your feet a bit. They're really close together. It's not a powerful position to be in at all. There you go. Perfect. That's exactly what you want to see. Yeah? Try and stick together as well. Try and keep yourselves flat rather than pushing him down as well, please. Again, you're just giving him a little bit of resistance. You're not pushing against him too much. That shape you've got there with your knees on the ground is exactly what we want to see, even when your knees are off the floor. All right, so let's really concentrate on that. When you're ready, sink your knees down and just let him push forward slightly. Yeah? If you find it a bit easier for you two to stay on your knees whilst he's off his knees, that's totally fine as well. Yeah? This is not for you two. This is mainly for this guy to work on the technique.
Do I try and bind both my arms on or not?
If you feel like you can do, go for it. Yeah? What you'll notice is when you do bind both arms on and you still drop your chest, you'll straighten out a lot more as well. Yeah? So give it a go, even with your arms off. So bind onto them with both your hands, both your arms, and see if you can get off the floor this time now. I'll put my feet behind you so you don't slip too much. There you go. Lower your hips a bit. All right. Again, we're kind of like this. Yeah, you really want to work on sinking your hips, opening your chest out. It sounds really, really simple to do, and it really is, but you'll notice as soon as you do it, everything straightens out. Yeah, so let's give it a go again. Keep your knees and your feet shoulder width apart, not too close. Knees underneath you. Try and flatten your back out now as you are. But keep your arms straight. Hang on, not yet. Put your arms on the floor, please. Straighten your arms. Straighten your arms on the floor. And drop your chest, so widen your arms slightly. There you go. That shape you've got there is exactly the shape you want to be in when you're off the floor. Okay? Bind on now. There you go. Keep that shape again. Straighten your feet. There we go. That's a lot better. It's a lot better. Yeah? Your back's a lot straighter then. Because you actually open your chest out, yeah? Let's switch around. Let's have a go again. How long do you want on this?
20 minutes. You can do what you want.
Do you want me to do line-ups with them? Or?